everyone, it's Heather and Ben today. It's just the two of us because this is going to be another travel question and answer video.
Oh, with just me and you asking the questions.
That's right. We're just going to talk about what Ben's done in his travels. And so this is going to be completely focused on Ben.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't already watched my travel Q&A video, I will link it right up here. In the future, I will also be doing travel question and answer videos with my other two kids, Andrew and Megan. So be sure to watch for those. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please be sure to subscribe. Click the red subscribe button just below the video on the right. Okay, Ben, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ben does not know what I'm going to ask him today. I am going to be asking all three kids the same questions, but I do have one additional question for Andrew because his travel experience is significantly more extensive than his brother and sister. Okay, first question, Ben. What is your earliest travel memory?
It has to be at Disneyland because that was like the first place I've been to, like that I actually remember.
Disneyland in California?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've only been to it once, sadly.
I will link a Disneyland video up here.
Hopefully we go to it sometime in the future because if we don't go into it sometime in the future, I'll be sad. But I mean, after the pandemic, maybe, or like, who knows. But I'd say, like, do you know that ride, like the Mater's ride, like where, like it's bumper cars or whatever?
Yeah, what is that called? Tomater's Tractor Spin?
I don't know, something like that.
Do you guys know what we're talking about?
remember,
It's in Cars Land in Disneyland, in Disney California Adventure.
All I remember is that ride, and then of course the Radiator
Springs Racers. Yeah.
That's like obviously the biggest thing that I remember. It's like the most popular thing.
When we went to Disneyland, it was in the first year that Cars Land had opened.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah. So, do you remember when we first got to Disneyland? That's the first place we went was Radiator Springs Racers, and we waited in line like 2 hours.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Because we wanted to ride it so much. Yeah, so the last time, I'm actually kind of impressed that you remember that because he was pretty little when we went there last. And that is on our wish list for after the pandemic. That's one of the very top priority trips that we want to take next. I will link that wish list that we talked about of things we want to do when things get back to normal up here. Okay, second question. What is one of your favorite places that we have visited?
Can it be on a cruise?
Yes.
Okay, it's gotta be definitely the Disney Wonder, because that was like one of my favorite trips of all time. It was my first cruise, and like it was so awesome. And we didn't even finish everything. Like,
no, there's so much to do.
There's so much to do. Like, you could, if you went for like maybe 2 weeks, you could just maybe get it all.
So you'd like to do a longer Disney cruise? Yeah,
because that would make it like so we could do more, and like because we did like a whole bunch of stuff that was really fun, but like we could do a whole bunch more, and like I don't know, it would be even more fun, you know.
Okay, so Disney Wonder cruise ship is one of your favorite places. Okay, cool. Number 3, have you ever felt nervous or afraid when traveling?
I don't know. Because, like, I mean, the only thing I'm worried about, well, I was kind of annoyed, I guess, when we had to wait forever in, like, the thing to get on the Wonder. I don't know if you remember that. We had to, wait, like, 2 hours, maybe.
In the terminal?
Yeah, in the terminal. Remember we had just were sitting there?
Yeah, we were there quite a while before we got on the ship.
Yeah, it was, like, really long time. I was, like, that was kind of, like, I was worried because I was, like, are we gonna miss like lunch and stuff? And,
okay, yeah.
Because I wanted to eat on the ship, like
we did get on, but you're right. It was like I think you're right. We were there for like a couple hours,
maybe 1 or 2 or 3.
Yeah, we left the hotel in the morning at like 10 or something, and we got to the terminal like by 11, and then I don't think we ate lunch on the ship until like 1 something.
Yeah.
Do you ever remember like feeling scared or anything like that anywhere? You always feel pretty safe.
Yeah, I do. Unless sometimes if I'm like at the theme park or whatever, and it's just like me or something, I kind of am afraid because like I don't like, and I'm going on it for like the first time and I don't know.
Oh, like a new ride or a big ride?
New ride, and I'm going just by myself maybe, or like just with Megan.
When have you ever gone on a ride by yourself?
I don't know, but like,
last time we went to Valley Fair,
Yeah.
you rode a couple of big roller coasters that you hadn't gone on before for the first time.
Oh yeah, like
Excalibur.
Yeah, that actually.
But then you really liked it when I
because
was over and over.
Before the last time we went, I rode High Roller, which I actually built in theme park tycoon.
Oh, that's right. Check out Ben's channel if you haven't already. I'll link it up here.
And I actually built a couple of roller coasters and stuff and theme park tycoon too in multiple parks. So yeah, I built High Roller, I built Mousetrap, I built Corkscrew, and I also built what's it called? Wild Thing, which that was like the last thing.
If you've been to Valley Fair, give us a thumbs up or a comment down below.
Because High Roller, like, it just goes like up and down and up and down, and it's like really terrifying. Like, me and Mom, we don't like drops.
No, we don't like the drop. We don't like that dropping sensation in our tummies. Yeah. And I remember we rode it together the last time we went to Valley Fair before last summer, and we both said we're never going on that again. Megan likes it.
Loves it.
Yeah.
Like, she just goes like, "Hey Mom, can I go on it?" And it's like
she goes by herself.
And she goes by herself because obviously we're not gonna ride it.
No.
Unless Andrew's with us, because then Andrew would maybe ride
with her. Yeah.
But then she just goes on and on with it, like maybe 2 or 3 times. And then Corkscrew that we just went on for the first time.
Right. You went on that. That's right.
Yeah. And then
that goes upside down a few times.
It does a looping, like it goes down into a looping, and then it does 2 corkscrews, or no, it does like I think it does 2 corkscrews.
2, yeah.
I've never done like a loop or anything before. Actually, like being honest, I've actually never done that. And I was like, oh, it's. I mean, in video games it's smooth, but I mean like. There's a big difference, okay? Just don't...
Between doing it virtually and doing it in real life?
Yeah, real life is way different because of gravity and physics and stuff. And
G-forces!
In video games, it doesn't matter. It's just like very, very different, okay? So, like, yeah.
That rides, I used to go on that all the time when I was a teenager, and when you're on it, it feels so fast. But when I was filming it last time when we were there and you guys went on
it's so slow.
It looks so slow. When you film it, it's like, and I'm like, man, that's slow. But when you're on it, it's like,
yeah, it's like super fast.
It's like super fast. You don't even realize you're.
And then you just go into the turn and then into the corkscrews. And after that ride, I was like, I did not feel good because like.
Oh. Going upside down gets my head.
Yeah, I felt like I was gonna throw up and whatever. But then we ate and then I felt better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
And drink, because I needed water and
hydration is important.
It's very important, guys. It's like, in my opinion, it's the most delicious drink of all time.
Ben drinks a lot of water.
Yeah, I do.
We never worry about him being hydrated.
I'll get some water. Okay, see, I'm always ready for water.
Number 4. What is one U.S. city that you would like to visit? And I know you want to, there's more than one that you want to go to, but just pick one.
Yeah, I do want to go to Washington,
Washington, D.C.?
Yeah, Washington, D.C. Because there's the really cool monuments there.
Yeah, I agree. I would very much like to take, neither Megan nor Ben has been to Washington, D.C. yet. And I think every American, if not everyone in the world, should visit Washington, D.C. at some point.
And otherwise it'll be New York City because I want to see the Statue of Liberty. And because, and like maybe go on like a cruise and then pass it.
Out of New York City? I would really like to do that too.
That'd be
really cool. Okay, number 5. What is one other country that you would like to visit?
UK. Like I said this in my Q&A video. And then like there's probably a whole bunch of like really delicious foods there and like really pretty places. Like maybe, is there mountains there?
Not really. When you get up into like Scotland and stuff, there's like big hills.
Okay.
But castles.
Yeah, definitely.
Castles,
if you say castles,
cathedrals.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Lots of really cool historic sites. Yeah.
Otherwise, it would probably be Canada because Canada's really cool. Country.
We are hoping to go into Canada, maybe even yet this year, if the border reopens. Number 6. What is one cruise destination that you would like to experience? Okay, you already said like you'd like to sail out of New York, but is there a place, a different part of the world maybe than, because so far both the cruises you've been on were in the Bahamas. Where else would you like to cruise to?
To, or like go out of?
Well, you said like you'd like to go out of New York, but yeah, like cruise to.
So like here on like a little plan thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we go out like the starting destination. We would go out of New York City. That would be like, I guess this is my dream vacation.
Okay.
Or whatever. And we would go probably across the Atlantic. Right?
So a transatlantic, yeah.
Yeah.
To the UK.
To the UK, yes, that would be amazing.
All right, number 7. What is one thing that you don't really like about traveling?
Probably like, I mean, it's gotta be like airplanes, like air sickness and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I don't know, like if I get sick on the plane, I'm like so high up and I'm like almost there. Remember that?
Have you ever thrown up on a plane?
Yeah. Last time,
I think we all have.
Yeah, like on the last cruise,
The Mariner of the Seas?
Mariner of the Seas, yeah, we were landing and I didn't feel good.
Oh,
and like
maybe you did, yeah.
And it was actually the food and like the
that's right.
air and whatever, and I threw up in the little thing.
I expected you to stay riding in the car. I didn't realize that you didn't.
I didn't think about the car.
I didn't realize that you didn't really care for air travel. I mean, do you like it otherwise?
Yeah, I like it otherwise, but like I don't like having like
the pressure in your ears.
Pressure in my ears, or like the.
So it's kind of uncomfortable for you.
Yeah, it's kind of uncomfortable. Otherwise, I like looking out the window. The only really thing I like about it is like thinking that we're so high in the sky and like we're in the clouds and stuff, and then you can just look out and then look at the ocean or whatever.
Or the cities from way up high.
Yeah, and like yeah.
You're kind of right. Air travel is not the most comfortable thing in the world, actually, for your
not.
body.
Like, I mean, I've never had jet lag, but like if like we may travel by plane over to UK.
Europe, yeah.
Yeah. Car is like that used to be my worst thing. Like I did not like it because I used to like just going from Wisconsin to Minnesota, like that, like to the cities, like that just made me like sick. But nowadays, like we've done it so much
I think you are better in the car.
To it. And I'm getting like older and stuff, so like it's easier for me.
I guess if I think about it, both of my boys were like that when they were younger. They really had a hard time in the car, and as they got older, like I don't think Andrew really has any trouble in the car anymore.
I mean, he does drive
when he drives. Yeah, so. Okay, number 8.
I love looking at that lighthouse on your calendar.
Oh, this kind of goes. Yeah. This kind of goes with the last one. So you kind of already talked about 2 of these. And this question is, how do you feel about each of the following modes of transportation? Okay, 2 of them you already answered. One was car, which we just kind of said.
Yeah.
Okay, the second was airplane, which you just talked about. Third is train.
I've never traveled
You're right.
by train.
Ben has never taken a long distance train journey
we've been
to
on,
go
like,
somewhere.
We've been on like fun like train things, but like not really like.
We've ridden like old steam trains. We've ridden little zoo trains and
and like the little trains that like and like Minnesota, like when we went to like Valley Fair and like stuff.
Yes, that go around the theme park and stuff like that.
No, like the like the little trains like that, like the little trains and and then there's like a wreckage that
but we've also like the Disneyland or Disney World Railroad that goes around. That's a train.
Oh yeah.
We've ridden trains like that, but he has never ridden Amtrak. I guess I would say is passenger rail in
or like over long distances.
Right. So you can't really give an opinion about that because you haven't done it. And that is kind of on your wish list, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to go like sleep on a train and like have dining on a train because and then like look out the window and see like I don't know, like cities and like I don't know, just planes and stuff.
I am a little concerned that has anybody been on Amtrak lately? We have not taken an Amtrak trip. I mean, I have tons of videos on my channel about traveling on Amtrak because I did it a ton as a kid. And up until Megan was a baby. But we have not taken an Amtrak trip in Ben's lifetime. So it's been a long time, probably it's been over 16 years, I think.
Are you concerned that
it's changed?
Yeah.
Because the guy who is the president of Amtrak now, I think used to work for Delta. I think that's right. And he's trying to make it more like air travel. with
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, with like getting rid of the dining cars and having like pre-packaged food.
Yeah, that
and
was weird.
I know, and like date-based ticket pricing and all sorts of stuff like that.
I don't like that.
I know, so I'm not sure
if like ruin the classical
experience. I totally agree. Train travel is a very unique experience. So maybe what we might have to do is we might have to do a kind of specialty train trip, like the one in Alaska or the Trans-Canadian Rail or the Orient Express or something like that, so he can still get that classic rail travel experience, because I'm a little concerned. And in Europe you would.
Oh yeah.
So or Asia. So I mean, I'm a little concerned that Amtrak has kind of changed its thing. If you know anything about that, put it in the comments below. Okay, and then cruise ship.
It would be a way like better experience than going by plane. Like a really long distance, I might get like seasick.
Like a world cruise.
Yeah. Like
transatlantic cruise.
Yeah.
Trans-Pacific cruise. I know that sometimes when you do those big like where you cross the whole ocean, you can get some rough seas.
Yeah.
Although we had rough seas on our Disney Wonder cruise and you didn't get seasick then. Number 9. In what season of the year do you most like to travel?
If it's going to like down south,
where it's warm.
Where it's warm, it's got to be in the winter, because obviously you don't want to be traveling up north into winter, because that's just weird and
hazardous.
Yeah. We're going like on a cruise, like I would want to go in the spring, but like in the winter I like going to like Disney World, like
something like that,
because the pollen
right.
Like,
Ben, we've mentioned this in videos before. Ben has really severe spring tree pollen allergies and basically doesn't go
actually this year it was great.
This year was great because we couldn't leave our house, and so he didn't have any allergy problems. And I don't think I've used your eye drops at all.
No,
have we?
No,
not once. Because usually, like
I mean, they were a little bit itchy, but like not like...
He's so bad. He has a doctor's note so that he doesn't even go outside for gym in the spring because
and then school just got
canceled. Then school got closed. So he didn't even have to use it this year because he normally cannot go outside at all in the spring. And I think I mentioned in my travel Q&A video that we did go to our last 2 trips to Disney World. Stupidly, were in the spring, and poor Ben's eyes really bugged him. He's right. A cruise is perfect in the spring because you don't have the allergies.
Because you're just over the ocean.
You're over the ocean. There's no pollen. And going like south in the winter is good because the pollen isn't happening even there yet.
Yeah, and it's so warm.
Right.
Obviously.
Compared to here. Yeah.
I love it when, like, I hate it, but I love it. It's kind of funny because we leave and it's like, oh, like, gross and stuff. And then we go have a fun time and then we come back and it's like,
oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we live here,
and it's all slushy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, number 10.
Is this the last question?
Yes, this is the last question. Where would you most like to go on our next trip?
It would have to be between Canada and UK.
Okay.
Or maybe France.
Yeah.
Because, like, that would be great. France, I feel like France is, it's above Canada, but it's below UK. Okay, so in order, your ranking would be the UK, France, Canada. Yeah. Those would be your top 3. Yeah. Okay. But then I was on like, because then there's London in the UK, and it's like there's a lot more stuff in UK
that you want to see than in France.
Because France, it's really just like the food and like the cool, like the Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower. That's really it. That's really it.
That's like all Ben cares about. I mean, you'd be good with us going to Disneyland Paris. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah. But like, it's not that much to be stuff honest. That you want to see in France. Okay. Like, Ben is just starting to learn French. We all do French in our family because of online school. Yeah, and so as a supplement, before our online schooling even started, like there was a 2 weeks in there where they were trying to figure out what they were gonna do. I started him on French, and so if you've ever taken a language, you know that in a language class you learn more than the language. You learn about the places that speak that language, and you learn about the culture and the food and all of that. Like Megan's in French 3, and in high school, and she just had her final project for the year was all about meals, like in different foods and stuff. So you learn about all that stuff as you learn a language as you go on. And so because Ben is a beginner in French, he hasn't learned as much about France, the country, as me and Megan and Andrew have. So yeah.
There's like London, there's like Big Ben, cathedrals,
there's lots I can show
you. There's lots of stuff.
There's lots of stuff.
There's like really cool, like as you said, castles and stuff. So like there's just way more in general things to do than just look at the Eiffel Tower and eat food.
Yeah.
In France. But then also Canada, like there's a lot more stuff to do there. There's like it's way bigger, and
Canada's huge.
Yeah, Canada's
it's
huge.
Bigger than the United States in land area.
And like I mainly I like I want to go to Vancouver, and like because it's like
you're interested in like the scenic beauty of Canada.
Yeah, and like not really the food or anything because there's like different like
poutine. That's about it.
Stuff like there and stuff. Yeah.
Although Quebec would be interesting for us to go to in Canada because that's French.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, they speak French there, and they have all the French food and everything. A lot of French style architecture and stuff.
There you go. We can just go to
We
Canada.
can just go to
and then just Photoshop the Eiffel Tower there and be like,
we went to France. This is what I found to be true. Tell me if you agree. When I've been to Quebec, there are more people in Quebec that only speak French and like don't even learn English than people in France, because like pretty much everybody in France also speaks English. Thank you, Ben, for answering these travel questions. It was fun to do this with you. I learned some things about you that I didn't actually know. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing Ben answer these travel questions. Thank you for joining us today. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up down below, and be sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Be sure to click the bell, and then you will get notification of the other kids' travel Q&A videos. It's going to be fun to hear how their answers compare to each other.
Different or
similar. Exactly. So we'll be doing Megan and Andrew coming up too. So stay tuned. Thanks, everyone. Safe travels.
Safe travels.